As a new coach, were you told that over-delivering to your clients is the best thing you can do for them? And it's what's going to get them to come back to you time and time again, and it's what's going to get them to talk to their friends and to their colleagues about you? Well, what if I told you that actually over-delivering to your clients is the worst mistake you can make, and it is what's preventing your clients from getting the results that they came to you for? And unfortunately, it might be the reason that they end up going to someone else for help, someone other than you, and we don't want that to happen, do we? So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Muna. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to get notified every week when I release a new video. Most new coaches are so eager to help their clients that they end up unintentionally helping them too much. How? Well, maybe you send your clients an email right after every coaching session with all of the things that you discussed and the next steps that they need to take. Or maybe you answer their DMs and messages and WhatsApps and texts the moment that you see them because you want to be super helpful. Or maybe you do what I used to do, which is allow the coaching session to go on and on and on and on, and you just find it very hard to end the session. I mean, these things sound awesome, don't they? Who wouldn't want to work with a coach like that? A coach who is super accommodating, a coach who is super helpful, and a coach who does the bulk of the work for you. I mean, sounds amazing, doesn't it? Well, actually, the truth is, clients who are handheld to this degree are the clients who see the least amount of results, if they see results at all. Why? Because they're not being held accountable. And the problem with that is that without accountability, there will be no action. And without action, there will be no results. And without results, the clients will not feel like their needs were being met. And they certainly won't go and sing your praises to the people around them. Let me explain a little more. Clients come to coaches for many different reasons, but one reason stands out more than the others, and that is accountability. And if you unintentionally end up doing the heavy lifting for your clients, you are depriving them and taking away the most important ingredient in this coaching relationship. I know you probably believe that doing all of these things for your client, being super helpful and accommodating and available, is considered over-delivering. I used to think that myself, especially with the feedback that I was getting from my clients. I would get feedback saying, wow, thank you so much for this beautiful session. I feel like I was heard. Thank you for being an amazing listener. That was so inspiring. And for the longest time, I took that as positive feedback. It sounds very positive, right? But then I would wait for this client to call again, to come back for another session. Nothing. I would wait for this client to tell their friends about me. Nothing. And then as I started looking back on these messages of gratitude, I suddenly realized that I succeeded in inspiring my clients. I succeeded in making them feel good, but I didn't succeed in making them take action. By being over helpful and over accommodating, I ended up creating a dependent relationship on me, and I ended up taking the accountability away from my clients and onto myself, which is not exactly a recipe for transformation, is it? And things started changing only when I started changing the way that I was coaching them and how I was holding them accountable. And I have to say, it wasn't always easy, especially the part that I told you about where I didn't know how to end coaching sessions just because I always felt there was more to talk about, that the clients had more to say and that I could help them even more. And that's the truth. It's the truth. If you sit with a client long enough, you will be able to help them with more and more things. But when I started ending my sessions on time and being very serious about what time the session ends, I started noticing that my clients were more focused and they wanted to get the most out of our time together versus just going on and on about the weather and about their kids and about different things that we weren't talking about in that particular session. Another good thing that happened with me ending the sessions on time, and this is just one of the examples, is that I taught my clients, by then seeing how much I value my time, something we talk about a lot on this channel, that they need to value their time as well. So they started showing up on time, they started taking notes, they started taking action. What also happened is my clients finally began seeing real results, achieving bigger goals. And that's when they started talking to their friends and to their colleagues and to their families about me. And that's when the referrals started coming in. If you're making this mistake too, I just want you to realize that your intentions and your heart are in the right place. You want to help your clients get to their dreams. And sometimes you think being over helpful and over accommodating is what's going to help them get there. But now you know that that does the exact opposite. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you 2 ways that help me shift the way that I look at my coaching relationship, and that help me start getting many more clients and many more referrals, which is what we all want, right? The first way is I need you to remember that you are not your client's friend. You are their coach. They did not come to you and they are not paying you to be their friend. Now, don't get me wrong. I truly believe that you have to build a loving and compassionate and all of these beautiful things with your clients. Of course, that is a must. But don't fall into the trap of becoming overly friendly, of making the mistake of becoming too understanding. You know, they show up to the call 15 minutes late and you're like, it's okay because I know their lives and I know how busy it is. Or they show up and they haven't achieved anything in the past 2 weeks and you decide to cut them some slack because you understand what they're going through. Well, that's not what they came to you for. They can go to a friend for that. They can go to a friend who will be understanding and who will hug them and who will tell them, it's okay, I know you promised to do that, but don't worry about it. Your life is hard. That's what friends do, but that's not what coaches do. Sometimes what your clients need, maybe you've experienced this yourself being a coachee. Think about the best coaches that you've had. Sometimes what they need is firmness. What they need is tough love. It's not always about holding their hands and telling them that it's okay when they slack off, that it's okay when they don't do what they said they're going to do, that it's okay when they don't keep their own promises to themselves. But how much are you helping this person now? And how likely are they to come back to you because they started seeing results in their lives? Simply put, you're not your client's friend. They are not paying you to just be friendly with them. They're paying you to guide them and to hold them accountable and to help them take every step that they said they were going to take. Let me tell you a story to explain this a little more. A couple of years ago, I had a business coach who was helping me and training me on a new program, an email marketing program through which I build my website and my landing pages and send weekly emails to you guys and to all of the people on my list. And he was training me on these things day and night. I was practicing and trying things out and figuring things out. And one day I was doing something on the program and I lost all of my contacts, which I had been working for months and months on getting, and I panicked big time. So what's the first thing I did is I sent an email to my coach. Help, 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 please help now. No reply. Half an hour later, I sent him a text message. Help, help, help. Nothing, because he's busy and we didn't have a session booked or planned. Finally, I gave him a call. No answer. So I panicked and I panicked and I panicked until I stopped panicking. Until I slowed down and I decided to think and to focus. And I went back into the program with fresh eyes, with a more settled heart, and I negotiated with the program. I looked everything up. I Googled it, I YouTubed it, I did everything that you can imagine to try to figure out what the problem was. And guess what? I solved it. I figured it out. And I'm so grateful this happened, not only because now I know how to work with Kartra even more. Kartra is the program that I'm using. If you're interested, it's perfect for coaches, everything you need in one place. And you can get a month free through the affiliate link you have down here in the description. But anyway, first of all, I became an expert on Kartra, really, because I had to figure it out myself. But I'm also grateful that my coach didn't come to my rescue, because I ended up rescuing myself. So next time you receive a message from your client, I'm not saying ignore them. I'm just saying give it a little bit of time, because your goal is to help them figure things out on their own and stand on their own 2 feet with that particular goal that they're working on. And if you are the type of coach who jumps to their rescue every time they need you, you are creating a dependent relationship. If my coach had answered me that time and gave me the easy way out, I wouldn't have spent the hours that I did figuring things out on my own and becoming really an expert in this program. So with your clients, again, you don't need to reply the second they send you a message. And of course, you will be there for them when they really need you. But sometimes as coachees, they think they need you more than they actually do. So please remember, they did not hire you, they did not pay you to be their friend. They paid you to be their coach and their guide and their mentor. So take that job very seriously and allow them to be accountable so that they can get the results that they're looking for. The second way is to agree on a way to track progress, to find out from one session to the next what's going on, what happened, what have you achieved, what have you not achieved. I know this sounds so basic, so simple, but I didn't get this right in the beginning. At least for the first few years, it was just kind of talking and talking and talking. Wow, that sounds so nice. Maybe we'll talk next week, maybe we won't. But there was no real way of tracking progress. And then I developed, I evolved, and we started tracking progress, but I made a mistake that I want you to avoid. I started tracking their progress. So I would send them an email and ask what happened with the goals, where of course I sent the goals in the beginning too. What happened with the goals that we talked about last week? And then if they didn't reply, I would send them a reminder to reply, and I was the one tracking what they were doing and what they were not doing. So my suggestion for you is to agree with your clients. It's up to you how you want to track progress. It really depends on your relationship and what kind of goals or results that they're looking for. But find a way to track progress on a weekly basis continuously, because without progress, we don't get excited about doing even more. But make sure they track the progress and they let you know where they are right now. Don't make my mistake and go and end up doing their work for them. It just ends up hurting them more than helping them. Over-delivering is not about answering our clients' messages the second we get them. It's not about us doing the work for them. Over-delivering can mean so many different things. It can mean giving them an extra session if you want to. It can mean giving them extra support in areas that they didn't ask for. But it's not about being there for them every second that they need you, because they think they need you and you want to convince them and show them and prove to them that they can figure things out on their own with your guidance and your support. Now, for new coaches, I created a simple PDF where I put together what I believe are the most important ingredients to build and to grow a successful and profitable and joyful online coaching business. I wish that I knew these ingredients back when I first started, so I decided to put it together and to give it to you guys. So you can download that through the description, through the link in the description below, and I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for being with me all of this time, and I'll see you next week.